Oh man! Oh, what a disaster! Oh, what to do? Right, I'll eat this bit. Right guys, gotta help me out. Right, do I try and scoop it out with a spoon and only get bits of it, knowing we'll never get it all out, but I'm going to eat that. Or do I stir it in, make myself a chocolate digestive tea porridge, or do I pour it away and make yourself a new cup and start again? Answers down below, guys. I mean, what a disaster. I just don't know what to do. You got to help me out. So please tell me what you think I should do, because I just ain't got a clue. Don't know what's best. I need my chocolate biscuits and my tea, but I need them separate, but together, if you know what I mean. I need to dunk them, but I'm broke. Let me know, guys. Cheers. Hi, welcome back to Kwpr. I'm Martin, as you all should know. If you're just visiting the channel, please hit the subscribe button down below. Yeah, sorry about the title and the beginning bit, just taking the mick a little bit about some of these dramatic YouTube video titles when there's nothing dramatic going on whatsoever. Bit of clickbaiting going on. Sorry, I just had to take the mick. No offence intended to anybody at all. It's just noticed a lot of YouTube channels, KoiTube channels, sort of doing big disaster titles, and there isn't really a disaster going on. You know, it's just something that happens with everyday koi keeping. So I thought I'd just play along a little bit and extract the urine, as they say. But anyway, yeah, autumn's here, isn't it? Weather's been miserable. All right, we've had some sun, but temperatures are definitely dropping at night. Leaves all dropping off the trees. So I've had to, and I will show you. Yes, I've had to put some of the covers on. So not all of it. I can still see the fish here, but those covers on, going up to the back of the shower there, and over the skimmer, just keep a bit of the wind chill off, hold a bit of the heat in at night, so the old air source heat pump doesn't keep coming on so much, especially with the energy prices going on. I'll be turning that down shortly, not just yet. Probably the end of the month I'll start whacking. I'm at 18 now. I'll hold it at 18 for the rest of the month now. Get a bit more food, but talking of food, still got the feeder on, but it's filled up with sake wheat germ, and I've got to say they're not overly impressed with it. They tend to sort of like take a mouthful of it and spit it out, and no, they haven't got gill flukes or anything like that. They just don't tend to really enjoy the sake wheat germ. So I will be getting the Shogun as soon as it comes back in stock in the country. I'll be getting sort of like 10 kilos of that, mix it in with the sake wheat germ. I brought it now, paid a lot of money for it, so I'm going to use it up. But yeah, don't have this problem with the Shogun or any of the other foods. Well, sorry, Sake Friend. I had a bag of Sake Friend once, and yeah, cheaper the sake. And yeah, they just refuse to eat that. They take a mouthful of it and spit it out. when the feeder goes off, they sort of go cruise. They don't smash it, but they will eventually eat it because there's nothing else going in, and they're still hungry. They're pulling all the plants to pieces actually down there. Drop a load of mealworms in, or black soldier ant larvae, and yeah, they will smash that to death. But yeah, so yeah, the sacky wheat germ, not for me. No, they don't like it. Sakiakari growth, Sakiakari red, not a problem. Love it to death. But yeah, fussy buggers. But they're like anything, you know. They are livestock at the end of the day. You know, my dog, he'll turn his nose up at certain foods with his old Jakey. He'll just walk away from something rather than eat it, you know, if he don't like it. Which is about some of these dramatic titles that are going on. It's livestock at the end of the day. They get ill, they get parasites. It's not a disaster, not unless you lose all your fish through KHV, or like Jamie's had happen, he's lost a few fish. But then again, it's still, you know, it is bad, but come on people, don't make such disastrous titles when it's not really a disaster. And one fluke isn't an infestation. I could visit 100 ponds, scrape 3 or 4 fish from each of those 100 ponds, and I could probably say about 98 of them ponds I'd find a single fluke or a single trick in the ponds. They're just there all the time, constant in the ponds. Very, very rarely will you come across a pond where you have 0 parasites in. It's just part of the system. It's an ecosystem at the end of the day. They're there in the water. The only time it gets a problem is when they get out of control. Your fish, healthy fish, have a symbiotic relationship with some parasites, whereas the parasite will be on them feeding, but the fish in their slime coat give off a certain sort of like chemical that actually controls the reproduction of parasites, and it keeps it under control in numbers they can manage. That doesn't affect them too bad, and it's only when that fish immune system gets weakened from something else that the parasites start to take over, and it becomes infestation, poor water quality or something like that. So yeah, but it's not, but like I said, it's not the big disaster to the end of. Costia, yeah. Chilo, yeah, there can be a disaster. You need to get all over that as soon as possible. But again, healthy fish do control the numbers of them as well. But like I said, it just takes one fish to go down, and that's it. It becomes a disaster. And then you can make a video saying it's a disaster. But again, no offence meant to anybody whatsoever. It's just there's a lot of titles out there just lately. But anyway, yeah. So we had the measure up the other week, done quite well. But unfortunately, it's getting to that time of year when they need to be put to bed. One of the other reasons the covers have gone on is the leaves dropping, look, everywhere. And you don't want that going into your pond. Yeah, I got the skimmer can handle it, bottom drain and everything like that, but it's better to keep it off the pond if you can. But it's a weird time of year, look. The geum, koi, I don't remember that, but that is a geum, and the name of that one's called koi. That's still flowering. Fuchsia still flowering. It's yeah. And anybody who's got these Japanese paper trees, specifically my main good friend Merrick, check yours. See, right, see, that's the flower head there. So that's next year's flower heads already forming. They're all over the place. So this will drop its leaves. This bush will drop its leaves. The flower heads will stay all throughout winter, and then sort of like early spring, they'll start getting bigger and swelling and opening out into little yellow flowers, and then you get that lovely honey smell on a warm spring day. So if yours is going to flower next year, Merrick, or anybody who's got one of these, just check to see if they got the buds on them now. Yeah, peeing it down. Excuse me, still got a bit of a cough from the old COVID. But yeah, the backy shower will be going off at the end of the month. So I'm going to try not running the backy shower this year. It's only a secondary filtration. I've got the Nexus under the deck as my main filtration, just trying to save energy costs. And as I've said before, the older air source heat pump will be down to sort of 8 to 10 eventually. And I'll give them a proper winter. They've been smashed. They've been smashed with food for growth. So I've got to give them a bit of a rest this year. They've never had what they call a proper winter. I've always heated throughout the winter to 16 degrees. So this year I'll give them a proper winter, and hopefully they'll come through okay. Now, a bit of a controversial issue, just before I do pack them away for the winter, I will blanket treat. They'll have an FMG or something similar treatment first. Yeah, I know a lot of people use PP, potassium permanganate. I'm not a big fan of it myself. So FMG or a Parallax, and then a few days after that I will do a fluke treatment as well, just so I know that going into winter that there is nothing in vast numbers going into the in the pond, just to make life a bit easier for them. But again, like I said, as long as they're healthy, the immune system does stop working once it goes down below, I think it's 12 degrees. Some people say 14, some people say 12. That's one I've forgotten to measure. Raven. But yeah, so I am going to do a blanket treatment. A bit of a controversial issue, but that's just me. That's what I'm going to do. And there are quite a few others that do that, going into winter and then coming out of spring. It just gets everything under control. Now my Adam Buyer, Haku, there he is, sir. Not renamed, I never bothered naming that one. Everybody else has got a name. Where's he gone? Has he come back? There he is, yeah. But due to Robbie Coltrane's passing, and Ash from A&C Koi, such a big fan of Hagrid from the Harry Potter movies, saying we should all name one of our fish Hagrid or Cracker or something like that, something to do with Robbie. So now I officially name my Adam Buyer Tohaku Hagrid. So officially named now, so official welcome to the family. Hello, Hagrid. Looks a bit like a bit of a Hagrid actually, apart from the big beard and the big hair. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in a minute, and I'm just going to clean the filters. So a bit of black soldier fly larvae's just gone in there. Filters are bubbling, and as you can see, still enjoying them. Like I said, temperature's down to 18, so they're still eating quite well, but not really going nuts like they were when they were up at 24. But yeah, they're still enjoying the black fly larvae, and they're not spitting any of that out. Not black fly, black soldier fly. Not spitting it out like they do with the Saki wheat germ. Yeah, they're telling me they don't like that, so that's got to go. Chad there munching away on it non-stop. Now, wait for the hoover to click off a bit, actually. I'm going to suck a bit of the water out. Yeah, there you go. Now, I don't know whether that shows up on there, but you can see. Now, I've got a slide valve fitted on there, a valve for side valve. And this is why I don't recommend them. Down there, look. It's fine for the first 2 years. Suck the water out, look. And slowly coming back up on hardly. But the seals go on them quite often. Sorry about the noise. But the seals go on them, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's slowly creeping back up again. Slowly. And that's why I don't recommend, there it comes, look, you see the water, there it goes. And that's fully closed. And you even tapped it down and everything like that, and it's still letting water through. So if you're in the process of now, some people say you can't purge the bottom drain just by refilling your Nexus. Well, I've sucked all the water out of the inlet down to the slide valve. I'd call that a purge, wouldn't you? I'd call that purging the bottom drain. I do that 2 or 3 times. That gives the bottom drain for good. Just about to do the second purge. You saw how dirty the first purge was when I lifted it up. So, just a little bit of crap coming up, but nowhere near as dark and as black as the first one. So I ball that up, empty that out, and then that'll do. So it'll be 2 drops, 3, well it'll be 3 drops. Changes quite a bit of water and cleans out the bottom drain. So you can do it if you've got a Nexus without a purge valve. Right, I had to cut it off there because a lovely lady wife called me in and said, if you want your hair cut, come in and do it now. So have my hair cut. Baldy. Look, there is hair there, you can just see it. So yeah, not a lot been going on this week. Obviously winter's coming, autumn's here, so just usual filter cleans and that. Like I said, I will be doing the whole pre-treatments. Another thing I didn't mention actually about the Hikari wheat germ is you couldn't really see because I've got the covers on and weren't enough sunlight to see to the bottom of the pond, but the waste, getting a lot more waste out of the fish. Might be because they switched to wheat germ, but what, 2 weeks they should be over it now. Obviously when you change food with koi, they get a bit of an upset tummy to start with, some of them do, but no, a hell of a lot more waste in the pond with the Hikari, which I'm shocked by, because it's supposed to have the green shoot of the germ, isn't they? And not the whole thing, not the whole kernel and everything like that. It's supposed to be the top, but can't help it if my fish don't like it. So yeah, like I said, spoke to Marcus earlier on today up at Kwpr To Do, and he reckons that hopefully his Shogun should be in this week, so or it should be in the country this week, so hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on some of that soon. And I know there's a lot of people out there waiting for it as well. All right guys, so a quick one this week, and like I said, so look after yourselves, stay safe. Let's hope this warm weather keeps going for a little while. Remember, this ain't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. Catch you later.